Thank you, Mr Speaker. I would like to speak again about a local organisation called RASAID, the Ride Area Supported Accommodation for Intellectually Disabled. This group was formed 6 years ago by 19 local families who were struggling to secure accommodation and support for their 20 adult sons and daughters with intellectual disabilities. All of them required a high level of care, and some required it around the clock. Like many other parents of children with a disability, the families of RASAID live their lives as a roller coaster of emotion and fatigue. Most of them are aged 50 or above, with their most senior member still a full-time carer at 87 years of age. The families of RASAID have supported each other for decades. Their adult children have grown up together, attending school, day programs, work placements and social groups together. With more than 600 years of combined carers' experience, these parents are best positioned to advocate for the individual care and accommodation needs of their dependent children. When I first spoke of this dedicated group, they were a community, a small support group with their great aspirations for a communal home, which were just that, aspiration. What a difference 7 years has made. Last month I was over at their state-of-the-art facility, where each resident has their own room, surrounded by a devoted staff and the love of their families. The residents clearly benefit from the social interactions with their neighbours, and the round-the-clock care has allowed their parents to live their own lives for the first time in decades. The smiles on the faces of everyone involved show how this situation has improved lives across the board. This perfect state did not come about by accident. It needed perseverance, tenacity and strength. Thanks goes to politicians from both sides of this parliament, as well as the New South Wales Parliament. Local state member Victor Dominello has been a determined supporter, but the efforts of politicians were nothing compared to the tireless work of the families involved. This project is a success only because of these great families. Last month, though, all of this was put in peril by a bombshell from NDIA. Issues with the supported independent living funding left 8 families out of pocket to the tune of many thousands of dollars. They clearly did not have this money, and there was just 8 weeks to act before the centre may have to close its doors just 1 year after the joy of opening them. The well-oiled campaigning machine then jumped back into action. Within days, I was at the home alongside representatives from Victor Dominello's office. Hours after, I had the Assistant Minister, Jane Prentice, on the phone. Advisors, helplines and people throughout the department were mobilised. Thanks to the Assistant Minister, a new toolkit, which was to be launched in the new financial year, was brought forward especially for this home. Assessments were carried out, but when the decision-making process looked like taking longer than the June deadline, the Assistant Minister and NDIA brought it forward so that funding was arranged in just 1 week. And just yesterday the good news came through. Funding has been secured. Their excellent provider, Participate Australia, will stay on as the care managers, and the residents will get to stay where they are. This is a truly excellent result. I would like to thank the Assistant Minister and her office, as well as the representatives of NDIA who helped me and my office. And again, I would like to applaud the tenacity and care of the RASAID families. Back in 2011, I ended a speech about RASAID by making a pledge of support. The words are as relevant today as ever, and I would like to end with the same words. I strongly applaud the tireless efforts of the parents of RASAID and all the carers of those involved in disability services in Bennelong, and I pledge my ongoing support. Congratulations to the families of RASAID. You represent the best example of a close-knit community. May this funding and Australia's commitment to the NDIS keep you safe and secure for many years to come.
The member for Mackay.